Market on Close. I'm Sam Vardas on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Understandably, a lot of talk this week about oil, but let's circle back to another major theme in these markets. That is AI. Joining us now is our next guest, Alex Bouzari, who's the co-founder and CEO of DataDirect Networks. Alex, thanks so much for your time today. Let's just talk about what we've heard from Nvidia in recent weeks, and particularly out of this big conference that they held. I think there's been a lot of focus on tokenomics. Can you explain exactly what that is?
Absolutely, sure. Well, think of tokenomics as the way to generate revenue and outcomes out of AI. So in AI, you have two areas. One area is the actual models, where you pre-train, post-train the models. But then what's really important, what's really relevant to organizations, enterprises, and nations is how do you derive insight from AI? And tokenomics is really the way to generate revenue and generate value out of AI. So giving you a simple analogy, let's say a hotel analogy. AI infrastructure is really like a hotel. You build a property, if the rooms are empty, you don't make money. In AI, GPUs are your rooms, tokens are your revenue. So tokenomics really is how full is your system and how much value does each output generate. It's a gross margin driver of the AI economy and therefore the EBITDA driver in AI.
Okay, so is this sort of the next phase then of artificial intelligence as far as how we're going to see some of these companies monetize? And can you give us examples then?
Sure. So, we've really moved from data centers to AI factories. And AI factories are systems that produce intelligence and therefore insight at scale. So as the data engine that keeps these factories running full, what DDN does is we ensure that the EBITDA is generating revenue and value. So in financial services, for instance, you can run models far faster, more efficiently, with more parameters. And that gives you insight and differentiation, which increases the return on your investments. For banks, for instance, that have to stay in compliance, you can run the compliance metrics across a very broad set of parameters very, very quickly and ensure that you're not getting hit by fines. In life sciences, you're bringing a new drug to market. Bringing a new drug to market is very complex, very costly. You have the challenges of getting FDA approval. With AI, it shortens the amount of time to bring a new drug to market, make it successful, and increases the likelihood of the FDA giving you the approval the first time around. So really across all industries and use cases, AI is delivering business and financial value to organizations. We're moving from a phase of investment, infrastructure build out with GPUs from Nvidia, into a phase of value creation, business and financial value creation, which is really the monetization of AI, which is the only thing that matters at the end of the day.
When are we going to start to see evidence of this then, or are we already doing that?
Sure. So I think we're already seeing it in areas like autonomous driving. These cars that are being put out on roads are actually operating and are able to operate on our roads safely and cost effectively because of AI. All the sensor data that is getting captured by cars that is then being moved into data centers where it's being analyzed through AI is ensuring that the cars are running safely and efficiently. So that is already happening. DDN, we're the data engine that powers the AI economy. We are involved in many of these autonomous driving initiatives. Likewise, in financial services, we are seeing hedge funds, high-frequency traders, banks utilizing AI in order to derive significant business value. We have lots and lots of customers in that space, and it's already happening. Life sciences, same thing. We have pharmaceuticals companies that are deriving business value out of that. So it is already happening, but it is expanding at a rapid pace. And I think that we will see in the next 3 to 5 years is a broadening of the set of use cases where the business and financial outcome value creation is significant.
Talking about growing at a rapid pace, OpenClaw, this was only something that we learnt about at the start of the year, and it's everywhere. The Chinese are going crazy for it. They've even coined their own name for it over there. Jensen Huang talked about it this week, becoming the next ChatGPT. Is it, in your mind, going to be the next ChatGPT?
It is a very big deal. I mean, what OpenClaw enables you to do, in essence, it gives you a way to automate and industrialize use cases across industries thanks to AI. So what Nvidia has done, they've developed a security layer because OpenClaw is open source, and so there are risks associated with it. Nvidia has developed a security layer, NemoClaw, which ensures that OpenClaw can now be used and benefit enterprises and organizations. We, DDN, are developing the layer that will tie into software suites such as SAP and Oracle, again, to ensure that enterprises can benefit from it. I think it's a very big deal. I think it will create a tidal wave of value creation and opportunities for organizations who have been saying the SaaS model is dead, software companies are dead. No, it's simply a transformation of software companies utilizing AI as a superpower, and OpenClaw is one of the ways that will happen.
But in that debate as to whether AI companies, or software companies, I should say, are dead, do you believe that there's going to be winners and losers in that? I mean, can some of these businesses legitimately be replicated and have their lunch eaten by AI?
I think they can be replicated with respect to technology. The other part of it, which I think is very, very difficult to do, if you're an established software company with a set of services that you're delivering to the Global 1000, it is more than just technology. It is the ability to be able to deploy these software suites or these services to organizations that are global in nature, that are widely distributed, being able to tie into their infrastructure, whether on-premise or in the cloud. That is much, much, much harder. That is really a business processing and an interactive approach to delivering those technologies to those enterprises. So yes, I think you can potentially automate and replace some of the software suites, but the integration and the value creation safely and reliably at scale is something that only large organizations can do. It will be a mix, I believe. The organizations that will prevail are the ones who are deeply ingrained and are creating delight and value for enterprises, and at the same time are nimble enough to adopt AI, integrate AI into their software suites, and deliver value to organizations. The ones who will be slow-paced and think that the pace of the industry, the pace of technology is what it used to be, will just disappear. There's no question. The velocity of AI is unlike anything anybody has ever seen.
Understood. Alex, it was a nice break from talking about the war in Iran. So thank you very much for that conversation. Have a wonderful weekend. Alex Bouzari there, co-founder and CEO of DataDirect Networks.